Previously on Talk That Talk. Mario.
Yes, HBCUs, in my opinion, will always serve a purpose. I didn't go to HBCU because of band. I mean, I was funded through that way, but I went to HBCU because growing up in Detroit, I dealt with many people who know my life story. Man, I had some rough times, growing up in Detroit, and I didn't always see the positive versions of us, man. And so going to a historically black college gave me an opportunity to collaborate, cultivate and build with some positive black brothers and sisters over the years, man, and friendships that I still have today. Not to say you can't get that at other schools, but that aspect specifically to me is not pronounced. It's not focused in on. And I think having smaller classrooms where you can have better relationships with your professors, building that environment, I think that suited me and where I was. I think it also is important to um, not erase our history. Our history, these schools are founded most through churches and stuff like that, through places when we didn't have any other opportunities to go to school other places. We were fighting hard to try to, fit into the general public. And the general public didn't want us to be educated, man. So HBCU served as a source that at one time was putting out the finest of us, and I still think even now we still do that. But at that time it felt like from the things that I've read and seen and talked to, shout out to Dexter Allgood, who used to be department chair at Norfolk State, who actually became like a second father to me, man. He was up here in Newark, and he would always talk to me about Virginia State back in the '70s and his experience, pledging alpha and like just things of that nature and like how that experience was back in the day. Don't shake your head, Rick. It's okay. It's okay. You're not first, you're last, Ricky Bobby, baby. But no, in all seriousness, I think, like his experience, he was like, he went home one day and I think he had went with his dad. They went to see, Martin Luther King speak. They got a chance to, speak. All the people that are idolized in our culture now, it was going on then. A lot of the movements that happen within our culture start in HBCUs and are sprouted from that. I think that's an important aspect of who we are. It's a part of our fabric, you know, and I just think that it's okay for us to have our own lane. It doesn't mean I'm mad at people for going to PWIs. I think it's good to also have our own lane. So that's my slightly short version of that.
All right. Rick, do HBCUs serve a purpose anymore? Why or why not?
Yeah, I'm gonna be brief on this because people that watch our show, they know how I feel about supporting black. Like that is my number one thing when it comes to lifting up our community. You must support what you say you love. So my short answer is this: yes, HBCUs serve a purpose. As Phoenicia said, they're gonna always serve a purpose. But the thing about it is, we must appreciate that purpose. One of the things that separates HBCUs in particular from other institutions is that HBCUs give a lot of African American people and Hispanic people and whoever the opportunity that may not have had the opportunity at other schools to go to college. There are a lot of non-traditional students at HBCUs, and that alone makes them relevant. Being able to change your family's trajectory because you got a college education. We all know that that's not a guarantee, but it definitely gives you a better shot. So that's first and foremost. Secondly, as Quan was saying, like when you look at the early traditions of all these schools, man, like I'm sorry, Mario. What Mario was saying, like, yeah, they were all founded for different things, whether it was churches starting, to educate blacks. You have a school like Howard, who was founded for the sons and daughters of slaves and, like mulatto
Mm-hmm.
people. Like, these schools have always had that type of calculus when it comes to what they stand for. The problem is now is that I think we all love our HBCUs, but because of the trying experiences that so many people have going to these schools, Then they turn around and go to another school, which is usually a PWI. They usually end up repping that school more than the HBCU that they went to because of the experiences that they had. So I think it's a double-edged sword. HBCUs, you need to recognize that who your customer base is, because your students are customers. They pay the bills. They keep the lights on. So I think we need to do a better job of appreciating the people that we serve. So yes, HBCUs do serve a purpose. They will always serve a purpose, but we need to respect the purpose that they serve and continue to grow it, into the future.